Welcome, everyone, to episode 105 of the Missing Pieces podcast. If this is your first time watching or listening, as this is available everywhere that podcasts are available, my name's Greg, and this is where I sit down and I discuss my life, Lego, and anything else that's in my mind each week. And I've been debating whether to get rid of that intro for a little while now, but then I started thinking about the people that subscribe all the time, and maybe this was the week you subscribed, and maybe this is your first Missing Pieces. And if that's the case, welcome. Thank you for taking time out of your day to be here with me as I talk about my life. Also, you've got a lot of catching up to do. My last 2 years of me discussing my life is just sitting here waiting for you. You got a backlog, just like me. I can relate. We all have backlogs in our life in some way, and I have a Lego one. You've got a podcast one. We'll get through it. We'll get there. Everyone else, thank you for tuning in this week. Thank you for taking time out of your day, your week, your life to listen to me talk about the things that are on my mind. And if you've been following along with the storyline here, you know that this was Clarkman's last week off before returning to school. We were on quarantine from COVID. Clarkman got it back in the middle of October. Cody got it right after him. She got tested, found out she had it. Then the school was like, nope, he's not welcome here. He needs to be off for 20 days. So Clark's had like a month off of school, and tomorrow is the day that he returns. But this week was awesome because I knew it was coming to an end, and I wanted to take full advantage of it. And we certainly did. With the first thing that we did, jumping into Monday, was something that there are so many people in this world that have been looking forward to and wanting for so long that I've been putting off. And that is an update on Minecraft World, specifically a reorganization of Minecraft World, because the reason I've been putting it off is because Minecraft World is an absolute disaster. Apparently, according to Clarkman, the Ender Dragon had come through and there was an incident and destruction happened. So Monday morning, Clark and I went up. It was a nice sunny day. The sun was like casting into Minecraft World. It was just so glorious. There's a video on it, of course, that I just got done editing this morning. It'll be out this week. I've got a little bit of a backlog of videos, actually. We'll talk about that here in a little bit, but Minecraft World, we got up there, we pulled basically all of the minifigs and all of the fallen soldiers out of Minecraft World, kind of started straightening up sets a little bit, scrunching things together as I've been known to do in the world of being a dad Lego dude. And then we found a way to put the new summer 2021 sets in there, which was good too, because Mrs. BrickTsar, she's been on me a little bit because the summer sets have been sitting in our office on like this little table stand thing since we built them back in, I think, September. And yeah, that needed to be taken care of. Happy wife, happy life, guys. We talk about it here a lot. You other guys, you out there, you can respect that. I think we know what that life is. But we got those in there, got everything sorted out. Clark repopulated Minecraft World, and it's looking so good. I felt so proud of it when we're done, and it's going to be awesome. I'm really excited to share that video because again, Minecraft World is this thing that a lot of people really love. One of the most popular videos on our channel, it turns out, is our last Minecraft World update, where we just put a couple new sets in and give a little tour. So maybe I need to be doing some more Minecraft content. I did get an idea for a Minecraft mock that I think is absolutely going to explode. I don't want to say what it is because someone's going to steal my idea. You thieves. All you thieves are watching this. All these new subscribers, they're all the wet bandits, which we'll talk about here in a bit. And they're all stealing my ideas. But yeah. Let's keep it under wraps for now, but it will be awesome. You're going to love it. Clark's going to love it, probably more than anyone, but it combines like all the things we love in life into one mock. So there's the hint. See if you can guess what it is. All you guys that comment in the first 10 minutes this video's up saying like, hi, great video, whatever else that you comment that we just kind of blast by, guess what it is. Use your comment for something valuable. Let's go on to the next thing here. After we got that all done, we decided that we were going to assemble this outdoor storage unit that Cody got for me. It's almost like I guess you'd call it almost like a locker of sorts, where it's two doors that open up, and you can put shelves in there and you can store stuff. And I have these chickens outside, and they all have these waters and feeders and bedding and all this stuff. And I thought this would be a great place for that. So Clark and I, mostly me, I guess, because Clark was so busy playing with Mellowcat. I don't know if I'd use the word playing or teasing, torturing. I'm not sure what word I would use to describe what he was doing with Mellowcat, but he was doing that and then just running Roxy like crazy with her football. They were having a blast out there. Meanwhile, I was working, listening to some podcast action myself. Wasn't missing pieces. I already hear enough of that when I'm making these, but I got that thing put together. It took me most of one day, like in the afternoon, I kind of worked on it. And then Cody came home and we had to go shopping for a mattress shopping, the most exciting part of my week. We ended up doing that because we needed a new bed for our guest room. Thanksgiving's coming up. We're having family over. You want to have some nice accommodations for your family if you really like them. I mean, I guess if you want to get them out of your house, you'd give them like a bed with like nails coming through it and, super uncomfortable so they don't stay too long. But we want to have some nice accommodations, so we ended up getting a new queen-sized mattress and did all that. This week I need to assemble the new bed frame for that. And we're actually giving them our old bed frame. So they're like getting a gift along with the gift of a nice night of sleep. So that works out. So we completed that the next day. In addition to that, I also cut down like all of our like flowers and stuff that are outside. Did some like winter prep stuff, because all the flowers are kind of dead and they got to be disposed of. So I did all that, and it's looking pretty darn nice out there, and I'm happy with that. So that was kind of nice getting that done. Wednesday was a glorious day outside. Like it was so perfect. It was like just the ultimate fall day, like 60 degrees Fahrenheit. Celsius, we would have melted and been dead probably. But should I start this over again? Anyways, we went out to the state park to do some rock crawling. We tend to do this like once a year, right when fall hits. I always take Clark out to the state park past our old house, and we do rock crawling, which is not us physically, it's RC, remote control cars. That's one of our other hobbies that we're into. And if you just found us today, you're going to hear about that if you go back in time. But we love doing that. There's like this creek, and we drive the trucks across the creek, and you go up over all the rocks and stones and all this stuff there and try to drive it over logs. And I really love that. I love RC as a hobby so much. It's so much fun just going out and running stuff. Rock crawling isn't like a speedy adventure like some of the stuff we've been into. It's more of like a calculated thing, like off-roading, and it gets some cool shots. Like I love filming it because you get like these really epic like video shots where the truck actually looks like it's full size going through these little, through this water and mud and stuff, and it's actually, it's small. So for me, it's like a trifecta. I enjoy the hobby, first of all. I love being out there with Clark Man, and then I love filming it. So all those things put together makes something really awesome for me. Also picked up our mail as well when we were out that day, and man, did we get a cool item in the mail this week. That space minifig. I called him Benny in the video, but he's just a regular space minifig. That was from Brad, and man, that was so darn cool. I was so excited to get that in the mail. So man, you guys, we are blessed with the community we have here. I say it like all the time, and it's 100% true, and I'm just so happy about that. But we'll save some of that for later when we get into listener feedback, because there were some really inspiring stories that I want to share with you guys this week to get you pumped. Other than that, there was one other thing that happened when we were out there. We took Clark Man's dune buggy as well, and this is a vehicle that I bought back on Amazon one of the days when we first started getting into RC. It wasn't super expensive, but the thing's fast. It's been fun to play with, and we've ran it like crazy pretty much everywhere. This thing has some type of electrical problem now where it won't stay on. Like if I hold the on button, like push it in, it'll run, but then as soon as you let go, it stops. So I think it's finally met its demise, and I decided to pull the trigger on this RC truck. It's actually a rock racer. If anyone knows anything about RCs, you probably know more than I do. But it's from Red Cat Racing. It's called the Wendigo, and it's so darn cool. I showed a video of it to Clark. I've been spotting this thing for a while now, and I showed it to Clark. Man, he was pretty hyped on it. So I ended up pulling the trigger, and it happens to be just slightly the most expensive RC that I've ever purchased. We're taking him from maybe like a $90 RC that died to like a $380 RC. But for me, it's like, you know what? We have so much fun doing this. It's an investment for me. I'll spend $200, $250 on a Lego set, right? That I'll build, and then it just sits around. Why not spend that kind of money on an RC truck that will run for years and years, hopefully? Lord willing, hopefully it doesn't, go into the drink and never to be seen again. We've done that, but it always kind of works out. These things are built really well and made to be kind of water resistant, waterproof, crash proof. I also enjoy fixing RC vehicles. So that's another part of the hobby that I like too. You get really good at fixing stuff when you go out and smash it into all kinds of things. In fact, I was editing one of our remote learning kindergarten videos. I do like these highlight videos every week. And this was a week from last year that I remember vividly because I was running my RC truck at the park when Clark was playing around on some equipment there. And I remember just full sending it right down this pathway. And it just happens to be that it was coming at me. And then there was this concrete bench that was there. And I completely just put it right into that and blew out the whole front suspension. And that was really fun fixing that. Like I still remember that. I enjoy it. It's called Greg's RC Garage. It was a series that I was doing when I fixed stuff. And it's fun. And the videos actually did well too, even though I'm not like an expert by any means in it. It was just something I was sharing and people seemed to enjoy kind of like being along with me as I fix things or whatever. And it kind of leads me to think that, with being who I am and like just sharing myself, it really doesn't matter too much what the content is as much as it matters just like sharing it, and like, you're with me, like just like Missing Pieces. Think of the Greg's RC Garage like Missing Pieces, only I'm actually like doing something at the same time. But it's fun. I'm just having a good time. I love doing this, as I may have mentioned a couple hundred times before in these episodes. Also this week, speaking of things that Clark and I have done together and have enjoyed thoroughly, the Home Alone house. Clark and I built the Home Alone house this week. This week was kind of a departure from the norm because we invested our entire Lego time outside of Minecraft world and fixing that into building and streaming the Lego Ideas Home Alone house. I got it last weekend, did an unboxing on it. Sunday, we did our very first stream on it, and we streamed it every single day leading up to Friday when we finished it. And it was such an awesome experience. Like I talked about Ninjago City and how it's one of my favorite sets. And a part of the reason I love Ninjago City so much is because of the experience that I had when I built it. It was back when I first started getting into live streaming. And I would come downstairs after dinner each night and I'd build one bag of it, chat with the people on my stream. And we would do that every night. And I did that over like 18 nights or something, however many bags Ninjago City was. And this one, I'm going to remember for the same reason, not just because of the streaming and the time that I shared and the conversations we had, but because I spent it with Clark, man. Anytime I look at that Home Alone house, that's what I'm going to think of, is that week that we had, that every day in the afternoon we would come down and we'd build a little bit of that set. Not only building it, but dominating it, because Clark, man, built the entire second story of that house by himself. This is an 18 plus set. He built that. He built the kitchen. He built the garage. Or not the garage, the basement that's below it. I built the roof in the first story and he even helped me with that. But he was just doing so darn good with this set. And it's so crazy because I made a video a few weeks ago now where I was so pumped that he had built an 8+ set by himself. It was a Lego Creator helicopter, which is still sitting over here. And I was like, dang, like I remember when he used to just sit there and put minifigs together, like I remember when he used to just grab a couple pieces here and there. I remember helping him extensively with sets. Now the man's over here building 18+ sets along with me. In fact, getting more done than what I am because I'm sitting here chatting and, goofing around and stuff. But it's amazing to see the progression and to see where he's at almost 7 years old is remarkable. In fact, it's kind of remarkable to even say that he's almost 7 years old. But man, I'm just so impressed with the darn kid. I know I'm biased on it, but like we've been doing math work while he is out of school. And I'll teach him something in that math and he'll instantly get it. And it's just like, dang, this is so awesome. Having a kid I want to say somewhat intelligent, like he's quick. He's quick to pick it up and he's really good at it. He gets frustrated like a lot of kids do, but it's my job as a dad to be like, all right, man, we can do this. Like, just, you don't give up. We never give up on anything. And it's awesome to see. So I'm going to try not to get emotional here, but that Home Alone set to me is so much more than a Lego set. It's an experience. It's the experience that I had with my son and the time that I shared with a bunch of people that really care for us and the conversations that we had. And that is why I love doing this. I love the engagement. I love the interaction. I love having this thing that I can share with my boy. And combining all that together is just an awesome thing. And it was so cool in the chat. Some of my favorite things and comments that I would get are from parents that are saying, hey, my son is just getting into Lego. What sets do you recommend? And I try to be like, I tell them, for depending on their tastes, I think Lego Creator sets are great because you get a 3-in-1. Lego City sets are great because they oftentimes come with multiple manuals that you guys can build together. But I love to see parents getting involved with their kids. And I want to think in my mind that maybe in some small way, a parent sits down and starts watching that stream and they're like, I kind of want that for me and my son, or me and my daughter and I. And maybe there's one family out there that was like positively impacted from us doing a stream where we're sitting here building a Lego set. And that to me is so cool. And I also heard from other people that there was one gentleman who's 51 years old, brand new AFOL, getting back into the hobby. And I gave him the warning, guys. I told him, I said, it's going to be expensive. Your wallet's going to hate you. It's going to be bad. But it's just so cool to see these people getting out there and doing this, man. I love it. I love it so much. So that's another reason why I love sharing what we're doing. But again, it comes down to the experience for me. I find value in a lot of things on YouTube, including the things that YouTube seems to think that I'm really into, which this week was watch repair videos down the YouTube rabbit hole here, and also Tetris videos where they're showing these people that are really good at Tetris using like alternative control schemes. I don't know how YouTube knows me so well, but apparently I like those videos and I watched a few of them because I did. But nonetheless, back to the whole Lego thing. I really value no matter what people share, whether you're at the very beginning of things where you're sharing like the leak, like the first reveal or the sticker sheet on the Lego Home Alone set, or you're one of the first people to get it and build it, or the first person to review it, or whatever aspect of that you're in, I can respect that. But I know for me that's not my place. My place isn't to tell you the latest and greatest news. My place isn't to show you every little aspect of a Lego set and tell you why it's not good and all of that stuff. My place, in my opinion, and you can comment on this as well, my place, I think, is to share the experience and joy of being a Lego enthusiast with my son in most cases. That's where we fall. So you may go to somebody for this aspect or this aspect. And I heard from members in my Discord, this is kind of what they do. They have multiple people that are there for different things. And I guess it's good just to find your place and to know this is the thing that you're good at or the thing that you want to do. I'm not going to say that I'm good at sharing my Lego experience, but I guess it's probably certainly easier to do that for some people than it is to do a Lego review. Or maybe it's easier to do a Lego review. I don't know. For me, I love just sitting down and building a set and live streaming it and having that conversation. That brings me energy and joy. Sitting down and doing a review, it stresses me out because I feel like everything has to be perfect and I know I'm going to miss something and the lighting has to be right on and you got to get the audio and all that stuff. I stress out over those things. But for me, it's so weird because you would think going live, that would be more stressful, but it's not. I feel like I'm in my element and I love it so much. And I don't know. I hope there's a place for it. It seemed like the funny thing is the live streams of those actually do better than Missing Pieces, but that's to be expected because that's actual Lego content. But again, I think the value that I can provide is sharing our experience and sharing what it's like to be a dad or have a kid or be a kid with a dad and building and enjoying the hobby of Lego. But that takes me to, that whole conversation there kind of took me to a piece of feedback that we got from last week from BrickTsar. So we're going to do this a little out of order here, but I feel like this is a topic that I really want to touch on here in terms of providing value and what videos are valuable to people. BrickTsar says, or Jabbo, as he's known in some circles, he says, I was almost 40 years into this hobby when I started YouTube. And I was years into YouTube before I realized that there were people that actually cared about set leaks and reposts of images. And I was thinking, why do people want to see pictures of stuff on YouTube that they can see on Lego.com? But apparently that's what people wanted. Even stuff that's old, people would rather see the pictures than the actual sets in action. For instance, there are videos of the pictures from BrickTsar of a Lego train set that do better than my videos of the Lego train sets in action. Literally don't even need a camera to make videos that do better than anything I've made. I remember getting San Diego Comic-Con stuff or rare stuff at that time that I was the only person that posted the in-hand stuff or in-hand set on YouTube, but the videos of the pictures were 100 times more popular. PictureTube. It's weird to me that the things that annoy me, dozens of reposts of the same image, is what the algorithm promotes. Then looking at trending, I'm reminded that what's popular is more of a reflection of society. World is a messed up place. And I totally agree with you. And I wanted to talk about this because I have experience this as well. And I've experienced it even just on a micro scale level on my channel, where if I sit down and I do a haul video, for example, a haul video of me opening up a box of name that Lego set. I sit down, I'm like, hey guys, I got a new set. I slice open that box and I hold the box up. I'd go a little I go a little extra, I guess, because I talk about like why I love it, how much I paid for it, why I bought it, what promos I got. I try to put like the personal spin on it because, again, that's who I am. But that video of me slicing open a box and showing a box will do better than a video of what I really feel like the value is, or where I really want to do, which is us sharing our experience, like maybe unboxing that set and then building it and then showing it in action and playing with it. The haul video will do better than the whole experience of actually enjoying what's inside that haul video and showing its true potential and value. Why is that? Why is it that people want to see a box opening more than something like that? Why do, like, and I guess Lego Leaks is kind of like the same situation. Like, people that make videos about like a Lego set number with the name, and there's no images or anything like that. It's kind of what Jabo's talking about here. It's like those videos do really well. I guess people always want to be on like the cutting edge of the news and want to know what's coming, and it's like a preview and it's exciting, right? But there's so much more valuable stuff that you could watch on YouTube, even in the world of Lego. Like, you could see someone make a mock, or someone share their Lego city, or whatever that is. Like, there's so much more value there. I see the value in reviews, I suppose, because like for me, I don't like reviews very much. I find them to be boring. But if I'm on the fence on a set and I really need somebody to either push me over the edge one way or another, I'll watch a review. For example, I really love this guy named Serial, I think is how you say his name. He does Technic videos. And I was going to go all in on like the Batman sets, and he did a review on the Technic Batmobile. And when he reviewed it, he was very honest and talked about how it's not very good whatsoever. And then he compared it with the 89 Batmobile, and that instantly turned me off of the set. Like, that was a set that I was probably going to buy if I didn't watch anything. But then I watched that and I was like, okay, that's not for me. So there is some value there. But this whole thing with like photos, like, why do you go to YouTube just to look at a slideshow? You know, like, I think about Jabo, say he has a San Diego Comic-Con thing in his hand, whatever it is, and he's showing it off, he's opening it up or whatever. He's talking about it, offering his years of expertise in Lego. Why are you looking at pictures with sound or maybe some music playing or whatever? It's mind-boggling. I don't know if it's because it's younger kids and like kids love seeing like surprise openings, or kids love seeing Lego leaks, or what it is, but why are you not watching the videos that provide the actual value? I don't know. I mean, the truth is about YouTube, the whole algorithm thing, and I think Jabo talks about this here. The algorithm gives people what they want. I want to see watch repair videos, apparently. I want to see Tetris videos. I've never done a search for Tetris. I've never done a search for watch repairs. But YouTube, in their genius, they're like, okay, this guy, he's watching all this stuff. Like, I watch camera videos all the time. Where does this come from? Maybe they're just throwing it out there. They're like, let's see if this sticks. YouTube gives you what you want in society and in general. They give people what they want. It's the same reason why reality television will do better than a documentary about saving the planet. People want sensational things. People like, if you really want to dominate the Lego YouTube space, make news videos and make them negative. People love negativity. They like drama. They like it when like they get them fired up. You know, maybe they don't like it, but they click on it. So do a negative news channel. This set sucks. Here's why. I'm not buying this. Here's why. Like, stuff like that. I feel like that's what people really want, because it's like, you know, it triggers something in their brain. But that, you know, that's obviously not me. Maybe as BrickTsar buying it, I might do something like that if I'm not getting it. And I should be doing more of those, because that's one thing about live streams. Anytime something new comes out, if a new set comes out, it gets asked over and over and over again, Greg, you buying this big new set? And I'm like, no, this is why. I need to just like knock those videos out so people know for certain. Because that's another thing that people really are curious about. Are you buying this set? Like, yeah, can't we just live in the moment right now? We're enjoying this Home Alone set. I know the Titanic exists out there, and I know I've been asked about it. I know I explained it, but we live in the moment. Like, I had somebody ask in a similar fashion. We'd be sitting there streaming for an hour and a half deep, and someone would be like, are you going to put out a video today? And I'm like, dude, like how am I going to, like, we're doing this, and I have to go film a video and then edit, upload it, and all that stuff. Like, this is the video. Like, you got to appreciate what you have, and not only just in video work, but just in life, you know. Be happy with what you got. Don't always be seeking that next thing. But yeah, I thought that was a great topic. I love it when you guys throw stuff at me like this, like Jabo, because, you know, who wants to hear about my week? You don't want to hear about me driving an RC truck over a rock. You want to talk about Lego stuff. You want to talk about topics that are out there. And I love this one because it's something that I've experienced before, and I can definitely see it with the whole valueless videos doing the best. It's frustrating, but many things are. And I think Jabbo summed it up at the end there. He said the world's a messed up place. It is, but it's also an awesome place. But it's also a messed up place. It's all in perspective, I suppose. So I talked to you a little bit there about Watchitect with what YouTube's serving me up. Let me tell you what Disney Plus served me up here. It's a little movie called Home Sweet Home Alone. It's the follow-up, I guess, to Home Alone. I haven't even seen Home Alone 3 yet. I need to watch it. I tried watching it every night, but Mrs. BrickTsar is like, strong no. She was willing to do this one for us. It was on Disney Plus Day. We watched it. Home Sweet Home Alone. Don't watch it. Well, I'll take that back. If you have a kid that's maybe 10 years old or younger, watch it. Because my favorite part of this movie, and there's going to be a slight spoiler here, but it's not going to ruin anything for you. There's a scene where the new Kevin McAllister, whose name's Max now, he is doing almost like the brick throwdown that Kevin was doing in Home Alone 2, where they're down on the ground and he's up on top of the building. He's doing this with Diet Coke and Mentos, though. And he's throwing these 2 liters down and they're launching everywhere. That was my favorite part of the movie, not because of the prank or whatever he was doing, but because Clark literally lost it when this was happening. He was like squealing, slapping his legs, like jumping up and down, going nuts every single time he would launch one of these Diet Coke and Mentos things. That was my favorite part of the movie, was seeing Clark's reaction to that part of the movie. Other than that, the kid that is the main character is actually almost like the villain, and he's just very unlikable. His family is unlikable. The bad guys are actually like good people. They're like losing their house and they're trying to recover something that they think that the main character, the new Kevin, has stolen from them. It has none of the charm that the original had. Buzz is in it, though. Buzz plays a police officer, so that's a little throwback. And Kevin owns I guess I should have called this a spoiler cast. If you watched it, it is what it is. Kevin McAllister now owns McAllister Security, and because he's so good at home security that he now owns a company doing that. So you find out what Kevin ended up growing up to do. But it's kind of a train wreck of a movie. There's a little like Scarface moment where the kid, as he's left home alone, he's eating candy and stuff like that, and he's got a big pile of candy in front of him or whatever, and he puts his face into it like Scarface does at the very end of the movie. It really made me realize that there is no recreating the classics. You can try to do these reboots or whatever and try to capture the magic again, but it's just not possible. Home Alone 1 and 2 they're my absolute favorite movies. Home Alone 1 specifically. And you just can't. Like I was bound to be disappointed by this movie, and I knew I was going to be, but I thought, you know what, let's watch it. It's free to watch. Like Alanis Morissette said, it's a free ride when you've already paid. And that's my thoughts with Disney Plus, which still happens to be the best value in entertainment. If you don't have Disney Plus, it's so good. I mean, you've got movies, the Disney Vault's wide open for you. The series is on there, so fantastic. They're killing it on the Marvel end of things. You got the Star Wars stuff. I don't know how Disney Plus isn't $20 a month, but it probably will be. I think they're in the customer acquisition phase right now. Try to give as much value as you can for as little as money as you can. Get everybody on the books. And then we start slowly turning up the dial. Now it's an extra $1 per month. Now it's an extra $2. You want to do this premium thing, that'll be an extra $4. Eventually it'll be $15 to $20 a month, which I still think is fair. But right now, for what it is, it's a banger. Absolutely worth it. So thank you, Disney Plus, for the sponsorship. Disney, Walt, are you there, Walt? I don't think he's paying me for this. I recommend it. Watch yourself some Home Sweet Home Alone. Tell me how bad it is in the comments. Maybe you liked it. Again, if you're a younger kid, you probably love it. I'm not the demographic. This is like me being a Lego reviewer that's reviewing a 4+ set and trashing it. You're not the demographic, dude. Like, that's not your set to review. Anyways, let's go on to... We're just hitting all over YouTube here. Let's go into some listener feedback from last week. You guys had some nice feedback here, and these are the feel-good comments of the week here. Chris says, so glad you're doing well. Enjoy your bonus week with Clark Band. We did. He says, I do enjoy both the eBay purchase series as well as How Bad Is It series coming back this week. I don't have time or availability for the live streams. You seem to enjoy them, so keep doing what you like. Have a glorious day. You have a glorious day, Chris. And yeah, I feel like that's my policy on YouTube. In terms of content creation, do what you enjoy, put your personality into it, success. A little bit more to it than that, but that's the basis of it. Philippe says, that little line, glorious day, cheers me up every time. Overall, you're such a positive guy. Love it. Keep it up. I try. I mean, obviously there's things in life that get you down every once in a while. Like stuff happens. I put that out there too. I'll talk about that on a live stream. I talk about that on Missing Pieces. It's not all sunshine and rainbows. But if you can say a little line, like, hope you're having a glorious day. This is the concept in the last week's episode. If you can say, have a glorious day, and that just inches someone up just ever so slightly, totally worth it. Otherwise, it's painless, right? What is that? An extra little thing that's happening. It's the same principle as maybe convincing one person out there that's watching a stream to be like, I think I'm going to get a Lego set. I haven't had a Lego set in 30 years. Looks like they're having fun. I might do that. You know what? I'll do it with my kid too. All of a sudden you're in, It's a little bit, just a little something. TJ says, hi, Greg. I love that last line. Have a fabulous day, and I'll listen to Missing Pieces for whatever you have to talk about. As a third-year uni student, I don't have time for the live streams, unfortunately. You guys with lives. You're killing me with your lives. But thank you for the positivity. Your friend in the UK, TJ. Thank you, TJ, for the positivity and the kind comment. Live streams are always archived too, guys. I know a lot of people, I stream at like noon during the week, and a lot of people are doing things at that time, like school, work, life, everything other than sitting down and watching a live stream. They're all archived. All you have to do is just go to my page, and if you just go right under where the uploads are, there's a playlist called past live streams. They're all sitting there if you want to watch them. Since I'm not doing BrickTsar live anymore, because I felt like it'd be best to condense everything to one channel, and it makes sense. But speaking of that, there's one other topic before we get into some wins of the week here. Oh, there is one last one here. John says some episodes of Missing Pieces can feel like free therapy. The question is, who's getting the therapy here? Is it me or is it you? I'll leave that for you to decide. I was thinking about maybe turning BrickTsar Live into a live streaming channel that's just anything other than Lego. Like, I've been going through these Pokemon cards, which I'm going to continue doing today. And I was like, should this be on my Lego channel? It's not really Lego, but neither is Missing Pieces. And I have this channel sitting out there. It has like 14,000 subscribers or something like that. I thought, well, maybe if I'm doing something other than Lego, but maybe I'll just keep it all here. Sometimes having too many channels is too much. But I want to thank you guys for the kind words. We're going to go into some wins of the week here. We got lots of wins happening. Starting with Webmaster. He says, my win of the week was buying a new car battery for my car. Growing up means more expenses. It does. That's why you guys shouldn't be too quick to want to grow up. And that's why I spend all my life trying to recapture those moments when I was younger, playing with Lego and just sitting on the floor enjoying that, because it was a time of no worries. As you grow up, sure, you get more freedom. You can go eat ice cream all night if you want to. You can go buy some Lego sets. You can watch bad movies like Kevin. You could basically live like Kevin does when he's left home alone in the first movie. But also along with that comes bills, responsibilities, taxes, insurance, like all these things that come up in life, repairs. The good with the bad, I suppose. I think if I could live any life right now, I'd like to live Clark Man's life outside of going to school every day. I don't necessarily want to do that anymore, but man, he lives a pretty darn good life, I think. But some kids, you don't have the best life, and you're not really control your destiny when you're a kid either. But just know when you get older, regardless of what you're going through right now, maybe you don't have the best home life. Maybe you have some issues with your parents. Maybe it's not the best environment for you. Just know that's only temporary, and as you grow up, you can form your life into whatever you want it to be. You have all the freedom in the world to do that and all the opportunities to do that. So just stay strong with that if you're in that boat. Let's go on to thank you for the win of the week, Webmaster. Next one's from Lego Boy 0123. Went right across the keyboard again. He says, my week was cool. I had autumn break. I went to Germany, like just casually going to Germany. He says, it was pretty nice. I watched the new Marvel's Eternals, which I thought was pretty epic. There are a lot of people who don't like it, but I don't care because I like my opinion. I like that. But now my voice is completely gone. Thank you, Greg, for being epic and talking about your week. Well, I did one of those things. I talked about my week. I don't know about the other part. Congratulations on Germany, Eternals. Hope your voice returns soon. Next one is from my good friend, Builder Boo Buds. We came up with a funny new name for him that I can't reveal here because there might be children listening. But it's a name that if you had the right assets, you could really do well in the Lego YouTube space. I'll leave it there. He says, win of the week. I got my Christmas decorations up, including my new tree and new outdoor lights. It's so much work to get all that stuff up that I decided I want to enjoy it for more than a month. Don't judge me. No judgment here. Judgment-free zone. It says, I did my first live stream? Well, I didn't even know this happened. I would have been there. It says, I've been contemplating doing one for a long time while watching the Chiefs play since I'm just sitting there watching the game and building Lego. I was able to connect with several people that watch my channel and have some really great conversations with them. I now understand the struggle of trying to build in chat and be engaging all at the same time. I definitely need more practice, and I'm planning on making it a regular thing, I think. You just look like you have so much fun doing it yourself that I had to give it a go as well. Dude, I feel your pain. I am the worst multitasker. I can build just fine. That's all I'm doing. I can have a conversation just fine. Mostly. That's all I'm doing. I can't do both. I suck at doing both of those, but the will is there. It's almost like me making videos. I'm not good at it, but I want it so bad that I'm willing to keep trying and doing it until I eventually become okay at it. And if you follow that same philosophy, Ronnie, I think you could pull it off too. I wish I would have been at your stream. I have notifications turned on. I don't know what happened there. That's a bummer. I would have loved to support you in your first stream, man. I'll be in the future ones, though, especially if you're doing them on the weekend and stuff. I should be able to jump in. We have, thank you for the win of the week. We do have some success stories here. You know, there's wins of the week, and then there's success stories. This is like not just, you know, I did a live stream or I went to see Eternals or went to Germany. All those things are cool. But success stories are like wins of the week to the next level. This might not just be a week in the making. This is like a long process. So let's start out here. We've got two of these. Starting out with Lego Dude 11. He says, hey Greg, I got a lot out of this episode. I especially enjoyed your final topic on just being yourself. I feel like that's what you have inspired me to do on my channel. Last year during the pandemic, you inspired me to make my own podcast while I had more free time. Then in the summer of this year, you inspired me to start vlogging on my channel. Now I'm not doing reviews and sharing my thoughts on Lego vlogs. I'm just embracing being myself on my channel, and I get lots of praise from people, and I love it. My real life friends love what I do as well. I wanted to tell you that your channel helped me grow throughout the last year and this year, and it can impact so many people. Thank you for what you do and what you have inspired me to do. My thoughts on this is that inspiration only goes so far, my friend. You are the person that made it happen. You're the person that's actually doing it. Lots of people sit and listen to this podcast every week. How many of them are making the moves? You know, the ones that I'm trying to inspire you guys to do. Not everyone's doing that. So you shouldn't be thanking me. You should be thanking yourself for getting out there and doing it. And I love the fact that you have a network of people that are supporting you. Lots of people are afraid to share what they do on YouTube with other people, right? You don't want your friends to know that you make Lego content, but the fact that you have that group of people supporting you, the fact that you're getting positive feedback, that goes a long way. It goes a super long way, because that's how I feel like when I make videos and you start to see those comments rolling in, like people are, you know, just like we see here, like it just makes you feel good. Then you get that one comment where people are like, you suck at life. You're the worst. That one will destroy you and bring you down way more than any of those good ones. So try to ignore those the best you can. That's a challenge. But you're the one that made your path right now. Maybe listen to Missing Pieces. You know, it helped you take that first step, the step that I always tell you guys you need to take each week. You're the one that took the rest of the steps. You're the one that crossed the finish line. Or maybe you never did. You're still in the race. I think it's awesome. Congratulations on your success, Lego Dude 11. Next one. I love this one too. This is from Mateo Hans, a friend of the channel here. He says, Dear Greg, you asked us what we would do if we had $10,000 earlier this year. I responded with a detailed plan that included buying a laptop and getting more editing jobs, more sets, building a home gym, and giving a better life to my sister and mom. You read my message on one of your episodes, and it inspired me. I did save money, and I bought a $1,000 laptop, and with that laptop, I did multiple editing jobs. Shout out to M&R, and I did get the sets I wanted. I will make this holiday season a dream come true for my mom and sister, and I'm in the process of building a home gym that will be done by June of next year. Thank you for inspiring me, and thank you for making Missing Pieces, which will be mandatory listening in my gym. Dude, that's a guy that's a go-getter. I love stuff like this. Like that, again, that's not a win of the week. That's a win of the year. That is a success story. That's the stuff that I love about this. If I'm sitting here for an hour each week or however long we make these episodes, randomly talking about my week, that's one thing. But to see somebody go out and do something amazing, I think is just so darn awesome, Mateo. That's congratulations on what you've done. And you're not even done yet. You've just started. You got your laptop. That was a tool. That was a tool for you to start doing all the other stuff you want to do. And I just think it's so great. And you're bettering other people around you. You're making your fitness is going up, all because you decided this is what you want to do. And again, I think that's what this ultimately comes down to. This isn't about listening to a podcast. This is about someone making a decision and going for it and doing it. Taking that first step. I tell you guys all the time, that is the hardest thing. Just get started. Whatever your goal is, your goal might seem crazy. It's crazy big, you know? Say fitness is always an easy one. I want to lose 100 pounds. What are you going to do today to do that? You're not going to lose 100 pounds today. Can you walk over to that side of the room right now? I bet you can. Can you walk back? I bet you can. Can you move your arm? I bet you probably can, right? That little bit. If you keep stacking it on top of each other, little by little, time and pressure changes everything. I want to hear from someone 1 year from now, next November, episode 150 something. I want to hear from you on what you did in this next year to get to where you want to go, because we all have a destination we want to get to, but it's the journey along the way that's the interesting thing. And I love one person out there. And if you're hearing this, I want it to be you. You're that one person. I want you to try to do something that you really want to do. It can be anything. I wish you the best of luck. I want to hear back from you 1 year from now. Put it on your calendar. I'll read your success story on here, just like Mateo. He did it. If Mateo can do it, you can do it, right? If I can do it, you can do it. We're nobody special. I'm nobody special. We're all in this. So on that, guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Missing Pieces. I love doing this. It's one of my favorite things to do. I love talking about my week and having like some type of record of what happened and keeping track of things. And I love hearing from you guys. I love the topics that you come up with. If there's anything that you would like to discuss in next week's episode, throw it out there. If you have a win of the week, I'd be happy to read it. If you have a success story, if something happened to you this year, let's throw those out there too. I think it can inspire some other people, way more than me talking about anything on here. Actually hearing people out there that's doing it, I think that has a lot of power, and I appreciate everybody that puts themselves out there in the comment section. So on that, have a glorious week this week. Do the things that you want to do and you strive towards. And as always, we'll find you in the next Missing Pieces.